5 years ago when President Xi Jinping put forward to the international community that Chinese government was ready to launch the BRI, which was meant to promote the common development in these areas. First, it is the intention of the Chinese government and the Chinese people and the Chinese business communities to outreach to the ancient maritime Silk Road and the ancient Silk Road on land, to jointly push for the construction of the transportation systems and systems or networks of communication, which would help to raise the soft capacity of the partner countries along the road. Soft capacity means, the capability to handle the transportation and the communication. Rather, the transportation system is the hard capability, but the communication is the soft capability. Secondly, it is the intention of the Chinese government to promote the mutual trade or the two-way trade with the partner countries. China has become the second largest economy in the world, and currently China has the biggest middle-class contingent in the world. Chinese government is now ready to use its capability to consume to help the partner countries to increase the capability to promote trade, especially the trade with China. We know many countries are having the trade deficit with China, so this connectivity network would help to address the question in that regard. Thirdly, it is the cooperation in investment. At the moment, many partner countries are desperately looking for the critical capital to catch up, to expedite the industrialization, to expedite the capacity to address the poverty issue, and so to speak. Fourthly, it is the industrial and the financial cooperation. Financial capability is a scarce capital or assets which is lacking for most of the partner countries. So China is ready to extend the financial tools so that they can solicitate the capital for the needed construction of the hard power and the soft power. Last but not least is to promote the people-to-people exchanges and the understanding through the cultural exchanges and cooperation. I think there are quite a few factors as I look at it. First of all, China needs to give more publicity with regard to the real purposes and the real intention of the BRI. And secondly, more bilateral consultations and the communications would have to be done so that to lower the suspicions and the worries, which are narrow, because lack of communication and lack of information are the soil to breed the worries and mistrusts, and so to speak. China regards the real concern, constructive, commentations and even criticism. I myself is here with all ears to listen to the advices, criticisms, constructive criticisms, so that I will, in my capacity, to advise my leaders accordingly. It's 5 years now since the BRI was put to the international community. I think a 5 year is a good period for the Chinese leaders and the government to look back. Nobody should expect a 5-year-old initiative to be 100% correct, quote and unquote. I think there are some good advices to seek references from the international community. It is also the time for the Chinese leaders and the government, including the Chinese business community and the people as a whole, to look back and reflect what we have all done to draw up the lessons, to build up on the experiences, so that this initiative will eventually become a initiative to be generally agreed. As one saying goes, nothing is 100% correct.